He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met, huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human, he just doesn't give up, he doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy, give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby!
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Closers Lab. Thank you guys for all tuning in today. We have a special segment today, right? Which we're gonna do something a little different that we're not used to doing in this case, but we're gonna try this out. Bear with me here. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, if I'm coming through the speaker, everything. So. But thank you guys for joining the Closers Lab. I'm excited to be here today. Like I said, I got something special for you guys. We're going to do something different. I decided to add this second day because basically I want to talk a little bit about wholesaling, right? My approach to wholesaling. How does it? Cold calling, not wholesaling. Excuse me. Sorry, I was trying to fix something here and it took my train of thought. So I want to talk a little bit about cover how I wholesale. How I cold call. Jeez. Let me get a drink of coffee. Hold on. How I cold call. You're gonna see my intro, my pitch. Guys, I don't complicate it at all. If you guys know, you've been in my other on Thursdays calls, right? I try to navigate it pretty smooth and I don't try to complicate anything at all. So with that being said, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I appreciate everyone. It looks like we got a couple of people on. Let me know that I'm coming in loud and clear, and I'm going to let a couple of people jump on. But before I get into it, before I get into the actual, what I do when I cold call, right? I'm gonna show. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make some live cold calls. Now, with cold calls, just bear with me because it's a lot different than an actual follow up. So cold calls compared to an actual follow-up, it's a lot different because you don't have a schedule. You've never talked to these people. So it's going to be a little different. But Harvey, how you doing, bro? I appreciate you for always supporting the show. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're awesome. What's going on, Clark? Clark Home Sales. If you can put your first name in there, Clark Home Sales, that'd be awesome. Loud and clear. I appreciate it. Benjamin, what's going on, brother? Long time no see. Want to connect with you guys. I know you and Derek are doing some good stuff out there in Houston. So yeah, so cold calling is a little bit different than what I do on Thursdays, because what happens is obviously with follow-ups, it's a warm lead. Can't say it's a prospect. It's a warm lead, a warm follow-up, and it's a lot different in the conversation. So, but before I do that, I want to say moving forward, if you don't have it on your calendar, every single Tuesday, I'm going to be going live. And then on Thursdays, I'm going to be doing the mastery, right? This is more for cold calling. On Thursdays, I'm going to call it, it's going to be it's still called the Closers Lab, but it's going to be a lot more in depth, the conversations, the conversion side, right? This is the generating side. And then on Thursdays, you're going to have the conversion side, which I think is going to be very helpful. Drop some fire emojis, some thumbs up if you guys are all that are on here right now, because I'm waiting for a couple more people to get on. If you think that would be helpful, if we on Tuesdays, what we do, because basically I don't want to just make the show like, here's what I'm going to do, and you guys watch it, right? I want it to be interactive. Again, this is a live show. I want you to ask questions. I want you to bring your questions, and I want you to also your comments as well too. So my plan is, if you think that's a good idea, let me know. My plan is to, Tuesdays, we're going to talk about lead gen cold calling, right? I'm going to show you. I'm not just going to talk about it. We're going to make some calls here in a little bit, because I know most of you, that's why you're here. And then on Thursdays, it's going to cover conversion, right? So the two very important aspects. Now, I know a lot of you out there already have cold callers, which is awesome, but there's a lot of people that are still cold calling right now. I think cold calling right now is actually beating, when we looked at our key performing indicators, which is our numbers, right? Overall, so you have direct mail here, in one area, and then you have basically cold calling is just, it's not even comparable. It's 10-1. So cold calling is actually still in the lead when it comes to generating leads, getting a deal. Now, if you want to go a little bit faster, is door knocking. Now, I don't talk about door knocking because it's not something I do, but I know that door knocking is really well. But for me, the way I look at it, I'm not door knocking, no pun intended. I'm not door knocking. It's 120 degrees, but you got to do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter, right? You got to get out there. But for me, I prefer to call 100 to I prefer to call 500 people a day, 100 to 500 people a day, than to knock 20 doors. And the reason why I say this, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, door knocking is excellent. It works great. It's a strategy that people have learned to master. I prefer not. That's just my personal preference. There's no, I'm not here to debate which one's better or which one's the other. And why it's my personal preference when it comes to generating leads and contacting people is because by the time that an individual door knocks 25 doors, well, guess what? I've called 100 to 250 phone numbers, right? 50 people. Now, does that mean that I've had 200 to 250 conversations? Absolutely not. But in our business, it's a numbers game. And the more people that I can touch, the better my probability of actually having a conversation is going to go a lot higher. So even though door knocking will get you a deal faster for the most part, it's still, I believe that if on a scaling base, right, you can't scale that to where you want to do 5 deals a month, 10 deals a month, 3 deals a month, right? It's unless you build a team. You can build a team for sure, right? But you got to have a team that's willing to commit and go door knock every single day. That's why I prefer cold calling, because it's scalable. It's scalable. By the time, like I said, you knock 25 doors, I'm going to call 250 people. And so I rather take those odds any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But again, I'm not saying one is better than the other. That's just the way I look at it when it comes to that. Let me know what you guys think about that comment. Let me know what you guys think about, that statement about, the difference between cold calling and door knocking. And what you guys thought. I mean, what are you currently doing? How many of you guys on here? I got probably like 17 people. It looks like it's starting to climb. How many people on here right now are actually doing their own cold calling? I want to see if you're doing your own cold calling. Drop a fire or a thumbs up emoji that you're doing your own cold calling, because I want to see who's on here doing their own cold calling. Thank you, Oscar, for the fire emojis. Harvey, I appreciate it. Emerald, thank you. Who's that's watching right now that's doing cold calling? I want to get participation, and I want to see, so that way I can understand some of you guys. If you're doing the cold calling yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. We did it ourselves in the office, a couple of years. So okay, perfect. I got Kenneth. Kenneth is cold calling. Awesome. Sinatra's cold calling. Oscar Martinez is cold calling. Who else is cold calling, guys? I got a few of you guys on here. Don't worry, guys. It's all right if you're cold calling yourself. That's okay. So that way I can see who is. Let's see. We got Oscar says, "Thank you for your time. Thank you for these types of videos, brother. This helps me a lot. I am a cold caller I am a cold caller for a USA real estate company. Hey, let's go." Clark Wholesale says, "I'm cold calling right now." Brandon, okay, I got it. Brandon, that's awesome. So we have a few of you guys that are cold calling. So you guys understand, right? The problem with cold calling is you only have, and I want to lay the foundation before I get into the calls. The only issue and the only problem that I see with cold calling is you only have 20, you may have 10 to 20 seconds to actually get the conversation going. Does that make sense? So what that means is that your transitions have to be pretty fast. Now, they can't be like super fast where, the lead doesn't know what you're calling for, but they do have to be a lot faster, and you got to get straight to the point. So you need to make sure that realize, right? The mindset is that you only have a very, very small window compared when you're following up, when you're calling hot leads. Cold calling, that's the biggest problem is making that introduction impactful. And you got to make it to where it's actually pattern interrupt. And I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to show you how I pattern interrupt by using my tonality and then acting confused. That's what I call it, right? Acting confused, right? So that's the challenge with cold calling, right? Is that you only have a very, very small window to try to get your pitch in, right? I mean, if you get 20 seconds, I mean, man, I mean, that's pretty good. But Before I start doing that, before I start cold calling, I appreciate it. Let's see who we got here. So Sinatra said VA's cold call from 10:30 to 2:30, which is a pretty good window, and then you dial the rest of the day. Got it. Okay. Well, hopefully this will help. What I'm gonna do too. Anybody that tags me and says, "Hey, I was on Max's live and he had some great things about cold calling." I'm going to give you a script. Okay, I'm going to give you a script for what I'm going to talk about, and basically, it's a it's all it is it's not conversion. I'm just going to give you a script so you can help you with your introduction. So if you tag me on the story, it says Max. If you tag me right now, if you're on the show, if you take a picture and you tag me on Instagram at Real Max Jimenez, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over a script to help you with the introduction of everything that I'm going to do. So I do have a huge announcement for you guys that have been following me right now. We actually have a workshop coming up. I think next Friday. So Rafael Cortez and myself, we're going to be doing a one-day masterclass called the Wholesale Intensive, and we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that I talk about here on the show on Thursdays and on Mondays. Man, when I looked at that agenda, we put it together, I was like, wow, we're not holding anything back. We're wanting you to leave with, and it's not just informational, but it's educational. So you guys know that I'm a big believer that if you learn something, or if you read something and you don't do it, then you're just entertaining yourself, right? We want to provide educational, not just theory information. So you're going to leave with, how to create your own sales process. You're going to leave also with, how to negotiate, how to negotiate at a higher level. You're also, how to approach a sales appointment. A lot of times we don't have the sales etiquette. We don't know the sales etiquette. So it's going to be great. Then Rafael's I'm going to break down our sales, how you can build your own sales process. I'm going to teach you what you should have, the components of having a sales process. The thing is what's going on with the market, the way the market is shifting. You need to make sure that you start to strategize and begin to have that sales process. So, again, I want to invite you. So go to the wholesale-intensive.com, the wholesale-intensive.com. There's more information on there. There's a video of the breakdown of everything we're going to do. And I think a few of you that are on here already probably signed up. So, and basically, here's a good question from Andre. He says, next Friday, is it only in person or will there be a stream? No, brother, this is an in-person workshop. It's very limited seating, because what we want to do is we want to make it very intimate. We want to answer all your questions. Me and Rafael are committed to stay there 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, because what we want you to do is we want you to leave with the readiness to implement, right? We don't just want to give you information. So yeah, unfortunately, this one's not going to be streamed. Jose says fire emojis. I appreciate it. But anyways, I wanted to plug that in. We do have that. Listen, if you're already crushing it, and I get it, this is not for you. We don't want you to sign up, right? But if you feel like you need to understand how to build a sales process, if you want to get better at your sales appointment, whether that's on the phone or in person, I'm going to talk about that. I call it sales appointment etiquette, how to have a sales appointment etiquette, because a lot of times what happened is a lot of us don't have that, right? We wing it. And then I'm going to be talking about some master sales strategies. You guys here on Thursdays, you see that how I use some of those strategies. But on this wholesale intensive, I'm going to actually break it down, and then I'm going to help you set yours as well too. So with that being said, just a quick plug on that. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully I see quite a bit of you guys here. That way you can attend and come through. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna start making some calls here in a little bit. Really quick, I think that's it. Again, I want to stress, if you are interested in that workshop, remember it's very limited seating. I mean, yesterday we did a live. If you go to my Instagram and check the live from yesterday, I posted it on my profile, and you're gonna see the room. We're not just trying to say, hey, very limited seating to get you go sign on. We actually mean it. Like the room, we're not renting a bigger room. Like the room is what it is, and it can only fit up to 50 people. That's it. We can't get more than that. We're hoping that it's capped. We're hoping that it's less than that, but if we get 50 people, we can only fit that. We're not getting a bigger room. We're not doing any of that. So because we want to keep it intimate, we want to make sure that you get to answer all your questions. So all right. So any questions on cold calling right now before I start to go back to the dialer and get it going? Let's get it fired up. Is there any questions that you guys have right now? If you do, put them in the comment section. Make sure that you are, excuse me. make sure that you're putting your comments and your questions in the comment section there, so that way I can look at them, and then that way I can see them and basically answer all your questions that you have. So let me pull up the dialer here really quick. By the way, guys, I'm just using a Mojo dialer today. We have Mojo dialer, we have call what is it called? Call Tools 2.0, but just for the ease of what I use, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it works. I might have to switch over to Call Tools 2.0 if we don't get a good response. And so let me look at something here really quick. Let's see. All right. So let's see here. Andre said, what list will you be calling today? Today, it's a proprietary list. We get from Investor Machine. So it's got quite a bit of it's got a few what is it called, distresses on it. So it's a combination. You would say a stack list, I guess, right? So basically it has pretty much everything that we can think of when it comes to certain distress and things like that. So let me see. Let me pull this up really quick. So, and then get this thing started. All right. Again, guys, if you, I'll send you, I'm going to give you guys here, if you hang on with me and you tag me on a story and you say, hey, I was on Max's live cold call session. If you tag me, and I'm going to give you a script of the introduction and the pitch, and then the next step, right? So that way you guys can get good at making sure that you have them conversations when you're cold calling. Because again, like I said earlier, the biggest thing with cold calling is that you need to make sure that that's the biggest part, right? That's the biggest challenge that we have as individuals when we're cold calling, is the intro and then the pitch. So, yep. Arlo, what's going on, bro? Thank you for jumping on. So getting ready to make some calls. It was good seeing you, bro. All right, let's go ahead and get on here. I'm gonna start the dialer. Let's see. All right. Let's go. I'm excited. All right, guys, if you have any questions about cold calling, if you're struggling, let me know where you're struggling in cold calling as well, too. Let me know where you're struggling in cold calling. What are your questions for cold calling? Start button on your screen to begin calling. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, a lot of times properties don't have names. I'm going to show you how you approach that. It'll say like a trust or an LLC. So I'm going to show you guys how you can approach that. Yeah, so remember, with cold calling, again, it's with cold calling, it's basically, it's not the contacts, right? It's the connection rate. That a lot of that is matters, right? It's not like when you're following up. This is going to be a little more laggy, a little bit more waiting for people to answer. So it's very different than what you're going to normally see, or what you normally see when I'm on the other Thursday calls. So by the way, for Thursdays, if you have not submitted, all right, so it looks like they hung up. By the way, for Thursdays, if you have not submitted the lead, your leads for me to call, I have a spreadsheet, or I have a link. That way, I have a lead. So I have a spreadsheet, so that way you can submit the leads when that way I can call them on Thursday. So if you haven't, it'll be, the link will be below as well. There's a link to the workshop that's coming up, the wholesale intensive workshop as well too. So hello. All right, so no contact on that one. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah. All right, let's see. We're dialing. Actually, one person picked up, but for some reason it hung up. Good seeing you at the all event. Looking sharp, bud. Your live calls with the sellers part of my training now for my acquisitions department. Man, I love that. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? Interesting. Nothing's coming through. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. So again, guys, this is part of prospecting, right? I think it's normal to get this. All right. Some numbers answer, some don't. It just depends. Not always is it going to be sunshine and rainbows. I want to have a couple contacts, so that way, make sure you guys can hear. So, and this might be a bad dialer. I should have probably done Call Tools 2.0 so you guys can hear it. The only problem is that my setup is not complete yet. I'm setting everything up here in the office now because I'm going to be going live moving forward from here at home. Sorry, at my home office, my home studio. So I need to make sure. So I'm going to get me I got to get a little bit more equipment so that way, and then that way you guys can hear everything I'm hearing a little better. So, all right, let's see.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 9163373.
All right, send us the voicemail. I mean, at least we're hitting some numbers, and so the thing is that this is part of prospecting, right? You guys know this. And you're gonna go through this. When we were doing cold calling in house, I mean, this was what it was, right? We would grab a list that was really highly motivated. You know what list we used to hit the what is it called, the code enforcement list. If you guys are not grabbing that list is really, really good when it comes to conversion. Now, obviously, there's a lot more programs, but if you're here in Phoenix, you can actually go downtown and buy that list. And it's $12.50. You got to make sure that you take the exact amount, or else they're not going to sell it to you. You got to make sure that you get that. So I'm going to skip that number. I don't know why it's stuck on that number. So let's see. But the list I'm calling today should be good. There's going to be Ariel said, do you think a home office is better than an actual office? It just depends on your personality. I like to mix it up, honestly. I don't mind. I like to mix it up. That's kind of my thing. It just depends on your personality. If you can be a person that can, do a lot of stuff on your own. Like I feel more productive for the most part, but I also like to have a little engagement.
602-824.
All right. So no contact. It just depends on your personality. You know, that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people prefer to work in the office around people. Honestly, I'm 50-50. Like if I need to be productive when I'm working here from my home office, man, I'm super productive because there's not a lot of what is it called? Distractions. But you know, it doesn't bother me. I can do either one. Honestly. Guys, share the stream with someone. Share with someone that you think might benefit from this. I know we haven't had conversations.
6027.
Share the stream with someone you think can benefit from it, and then that way, you know, that way they can hop on with us and have a conversation. So, let's see. Let me try something really quick. Another thing with cold calling, you're gonna see, because a lot of times, you know, people are gonna say,
"Yeah, this staff needing the name and number, and I'll get back to you."
All right, that was another voicemail. Totally normal what's happening right now. I know some of you guys are like, nobody's answering. What's going on? I put a disclaimer when we first started that this was gonna happen, right? It's part of prospecting. This is what cold calling is, right? It's just a dialer dialing numbers. It's not going to be the way we do the calls on Thursday. For those of you that aren't experienced with cold calling, some of you that are just starting out, this is part of the prospecting process, right? The cold calling. That's why a lot of people, once you get to a certain level, like when your appointments and your follow-ups become more than what you can handle in regards to going back to prospecting, that's when you want to make sure that you are going to hire a cold caller. That's when you want to make the transition. But if you don't have enough appointments and you don't have enough follow-ups for hot leads, then you should be prospecting right now. That way you can learn it, and that way you know what to expect. So you're going to have to make sure that you know when that you do it yourself, and then you get to a point where you know if it's a situation where you're now too busy. You're too busy because you're going out to buy appointments. You're too busy because you're following up with hot leads. Now you can say, hey, you know, you can definitely start looking into hire your first cold caller or two cold callers, whatever you want to hire, just based on you know the activity that you're having. So let's see. Jose said, when cold calling, some of my numbers come back as being listed on DNC list. I'm still debating on whether to call or not. Yeah, it's tricky, man. You know, you have to learn how to navigate. You know, I think for the most part, you know, the only thing you have to be careful with is that you need to run your list through a litigator scrub. That's the ones you got to worry about. If you call someone on the DNC and they tell you, don't ever call them again. But if you should be running your list through list litigator. Batch used to offer one for free. Then they took that site down. Now their lead stacker, their batch, what is it called? Their batch lead stacker actually does that for you. And so you need to make sure that you're running through that, so that way you're not calling like actual litigators, you know, that are coming after you. But hopefully I can get some conversations going so you guys can see how I navigate a lot of that. And then that way you can see. Let's see. Kobe said, when there's no answer, how often will you try to call again? So it just depends on the list, right? So if I have a super niche list that's only 100 people, I'm going to try 2 or 3 times. If I have a list where there's 1,000 people, I'm not going to try 2 or 3 times. I'm just going to let the dialer go to the next one. So that way it calls the next lead. Let's see. Says, or how often will you call the list? So when you're calling and dispositioning, I would say if it's a hot list, you should call it at least once or twice a week on the no contacts. Now, if you left a voicemail and your dialer should segregate or should organize, you're following up with the right leads. But if it's a filler list, the filler lists are like your high equity, right? These are your large lists that are just going to go in the dialer. So that way you have something to call. Because a lot of times we run out of lists, right? We run out of lists because we have small list of 100. So you need to make sure that you have those filler lists to keep you going. And I would say the hot list, you should probably call them twice a week. Should we leave a voicemail? So on your dialer, depending on which one you use, I would say there should be a spot where it says left message. Hello?
Nothing has been recorded. Record your message after the tone.
Okay. So yeah. So like I said, as far as the leaving the voicemails, I'm not a big proponent of leaving voicemails, but because the system does it automatically for me, I'm just gonna drop them anyways, right? So it doesn't hurt to just push a button. Ariel says, should we call for sale by owners for practice, or if you have a low budget?
Hello.
Hello, Kenneth. Hello, Kenneth.
Yes.
Hi, Kenneth. My name is Max. I've been trying to reach the owner of 3031 East Legacy Drive. You probably don't own that.
For?
I'm sorry?
What were you, what unit?
I'm trying to reach the owner of Legacy Drive, Unit 2071.
Well, that would be me, sir.
Are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate that. Like I said, my name is Max, and I'm calling you because we're looking to buy a couple more properties in that area. You're probably not interested in selling that one. What's that?
Okay. I said that sounds great. What have you come up with? Because I've talked with somebody from your office before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm confused. This is the first.
They were going to have you call back.
This is the first time I've spoken with you. I'm sorry, Kenneth. Maybe it was someone else that didn't call you back.
It is, but they said you were going to call. So what do you got? What are you thinking?
Well, I don't know. It's the first time I call you. I'm calling you just to see if you're even considering selling it.
Sure. I think that's been discussed with your office. I mean, you're not normally the guy that calls me, are you?
No, Kenneth. I
think you have someone working in the office.
No, I think this is the first time I've contacted you. That's why I'm a little confused when you asked me what the price was. I'm like, wait a minute. So you know, since you are considering selling, I mean, what were you hoping for?
The questions usually asked, does anybody live in there? The answer is no. The condition of the property.
That all that doesn't matter to me.
If they had neat ceiling fans, everything in new.
That all doesn't matter to me. My question is, what were you hoping for since you are considering selling?
I want to hear your what you think it's worth.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at the property. This is my first time calling you. So, you know, are you just looking for somebody to give you a number?
Have you done any sourcing to see what properties of that nature, that area sell for? Because you say you've bought before.
No. I said we were looking to buy a couple of properties in that neighborhood.
Couple more is what I thought I heard you say.
No, sorry.
Okay.
So I mean, but
what can you do?
Well, it's your property. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, are you just looking for somebody to give you a number?
Okay,
That's it.
Where are you from, out of curiosity?
I am from Phoenix, Arizona.
Is that where you're really from?
Well, I mean, why would I lie?
I get calls from California groups or other areas. I just wondered.
Yeah. No. I'm from Phoenix. I mean, you know, I'm here. I know downtown, everything. Yeah, I'm from Phoenix. That's an interesting question, but you're asking that for a reason.
There is a reason, because I talk to a lot of Cali folks.
Oh, got it.
They try to trash talk me. And I don't play their game.
Got it. Well, I'm not here to play games, Kenneth.
I don't play with the little boys.
Yeah, no, I'm not here to play games. I'm a direct home buyer. So tell me a little bit more about what's got you considering selling.
And tell me what you want to pay.
Well, I mean, if you're just looking for a number, I'm not going to be that guy.
Familiar with the South Phoenix area?
Yeah. I just said I was from Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you know South Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you just want somebody to give you a number. You don't want an offer you can depend on.
An offer I can depend on?
Yeah. You just want somebody to give you a number.
I'm not desperate. Seeking money. I'm seeking a fair value.
Yeah, I didn't say you were desperate, but you keep asking me for a number, and I
never thought you did. I'm just trying to say.
Yeah. So do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see what I can offer on the property?
Please ask questions, man.
Perfect. I appreciate that, Kenneth. And thank you very much for taking my call today. I appreciate that. So Kenneth, typically when I buy properties, the 3 reasons why people sell to me: The first one is a lot of times they want to choose their own closing date. A lot of times people they need to sell for X amount of reasons. And then a lot of times the property needs repairs. It doesn't sound like any of those apply to you right now.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about the property. So I know it's is it a condo or a townhouse?
Yes.
You still there, Kenneth?
Yes.
So is this property, is it a townhouse or a condo?
That's a condo, 2-bedroom, 1,300 square feet, 2 full bathrooms, 2 full bath.
Okay, and it looks like it's a newer property, correct?
I don't think it's newer. It's 18 years old.
Got it.
It's 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. And then since 18 years,
The cash properties.
it's what? I'm sorry. Sorry, Kenneth, you're cutting out. Say that one more time, the last part. Hello?
Yes. What did you say?
Kenneth, you still there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Proceed to the road. Cutting off. Turn right on State. All right. Yes, I'm here. I'm driving at this point in time, but I'm absolutely here.
So when can I? So it sounds like I caught you at a bad time. When can I call you to talk a little bit more about the property, or maybe even go see it?
All right. Let's do this. Do some checks on the locals, and you'll be prepared as well. So why don't you call me Thursday?
On Thursday? Okay, perfect. So when I call on Thursday, what time on Thursday would you like me to give you a call?
2 in the afternoon. It'd be best.
At 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah, that would be best.
All right, perfect. And I'm putting this on my notes, and I'm putting it on my also on my calendar. I want to make sure because I take these calls very serious, and I want to call you back. And that area is, and that way we can talk a little bit more about the property, and then maybe have me come out and take a look at it, and I'll meet you in person. How about that?
Perfect.
All right, Kenneth. Well, sounds good, sir. I appreciate the conversation. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you for calling.
Of course. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right. All right, guys. So that kind of started kind of rough. It was really hard to hear him. It sounded like he had me on speaker in the car. What did you guys think about that? I mean, that turned into a lead, right? We'll see. I mean, he says he's been getting a lot of calls, but what were your thoughts on the introduction? What were your thoughts on going forward? You heard quite a bit of stuff, right, that I used on Thursday. The guy was being a little combative, so I had to match his energy. And you guys saw, right? I didn't overpower him. I wasn't arguing with him. I even apologized to him, say, hey, I'm not saying that you're desperate, right? Because at the end of the day is that we don't want to do that. But what were your thoughts? I'm going to write some notes on here, and I'm going to come back to see what were some of your thoughts on, and I'm going to set up a follow-up with him for next week on Tuesday. And that way maybe we can go check out the property. So guys, that was the first call. The first conversation. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, obviously there's some motivation there, right? He's already talking to people. And let me make sure that I disposition this correctly. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear your comments. I want to see your comments as well too when it comes to let me do appointment, and then let me see. I'm gonna set up an appointment for next what's going on here. All right, so I'm gonna set up an appointment for next Tuesday. I'm gonna do it for Monday at he said 2 p.m. So I'm gonna set that up. So I'm just gonna type in follow up. And I'm gonna set that as a high priority because I want to make sure that set that for 30 minutes. Put it in the appointment set, and also let me see if there's a future follow-up. Yep. So I disposition it as appointment set and future follow-up. and then we'll call him. I mean, we'll see once I get into a deeper conversation with him and I do the follow-up, and then we're basically going to, all right, and then we're going to contact. So everyone, what did you think about that conversation, the engagement? What did you think about about the call, the transitions? Remember, transitions on cold calls have to be a little bit faster. You got to be able to transition from your intro, from anything else, right? Again, this was a pretty unique call because he's already talking to people. So this is somebody that he confused me by that he talked to someone else. So let me know what your comments were on that, what your thoughts on that call. Let's see. Let me go back. All right. So if there's no questions, I'm gonna continue with the dialing because I don't see any questions coming in. So maybe you guys are still trying to process what I just did. Let's see. Actually, there's one question here. Okay, let me answer this one. Should we call for sell by owners or for practice if you have a low budget? You can, for sure. I mean, you definitely can. I would say even if you have a low budget, go talk to your title company. They're gonna have a list for you. You want to make sure that you're starting to talk to like real people. I mean, for sale by owners are real people, but yeah, I mean, yes, you can do that to answer your question, but also start networking. If you have a low budget, you can talk to title companies. They will give you, basically they will give you the a list so that way you can. Let's see here. What do we got? Where do you find your cold callers to hire? You can actually go. I'm gonna have a link. If you go to, I'm gonna have a link down below with a company called callmagicians.com. Make sure so that way you can get a discount. Make sure that you type in Closers Lab. It's callmagicians.com, and make sure that you enter the code Closers Lab so that way you get a discount. But let me know if you guys have any questions in regards to that call, what I did, what I didn't do, what you guys thought. So I'm gonna start the dialer back up because while you guys are delivering the questions, I want to make sure that I'm dialing in case somebody picks up. Okay, so we're back dialing. So let's see. Anybody else? Right? Any questions at all? It doesn't look like it. Let me make sure that I'm still live here.
Or because of a bad connection. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message.
All right, we're going on to the next one. All right. All right, so let's see. All right, so there's a couple questions that come in. So, what dialer are you guys using? So there's two dialers that you can use. There's one called hello. 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 All right, let me redial her. Let me redial right now. There's $2 Call Tools 2.0. Right now I'm using the Mojo dialer, which is not the best. I don't really care for it, but it's really easy to use while I'm on the calls compared to the Call Tools 2.0, just because Call Tools 2.0 has a lot of disposition. It's great. No, it's awesome for going through leads pretty fast. But for the sake of the show right now, I am what I'm gonna do, Caxi, is actually I'm gonna try the batch dialer for the show. I haven't used that one yet. I know a lot of people like it and they've had success with it. So I'm going to I'm going to use that. But let's redial this person. Let's see. Jose said, matching him was a good key. I'll make a note of that. Yes, you want to make sure that you are. You want to make sure that you are matching tonality, because on the phone, the tonality is actually your body language. Jose say, why didn't you mention the company you're with? I probably would have mentioned that. You don't ever want to do that because you don't know who you're talking to. And I did tell him I'm with Direct Home Buyers. That is the company that I mention when I'm talking to people, because even though our list is scrubbed, you don't always want to start. When someone starts the conversation, what company you with or who you with? Honestly, at the end of the day, that to me is irrelevant. Because that's not going to move the conversation going. It's more of them trying to figure out the what is it called, who you are. And a lot of times you're gonna have to be careful, because when you cold call, you don't know who you're talking to on the other line, and giving them your company information, dude. I could tell you that all the deals that we've done, hundreds of deals that we've done, they don't even know who our company is until they're signing the agreement. 9 out of 10 people never know who our company is, because that's irrelevant to them at the end of the day. There's going to be individuals, don't get me wrong. That's why I say 8 to 9 out of 10 times, because you are going to have individuals that do want to know, right? They generally want to know. But for the most part, people are just fishing for information, man. So you have to be careful with that. As you get better, you're going to start to see this. And my default company that I say who I'm with is Direct Home Buyers. I'm with Direct Home Buyers. We buy properties nationwide. Are you considering selling? And if they get stuck on there and they go back to that, well, what is your company name?
You've reached 623-362-1859. Please leave us a message and we'll get back to you. Bye.
Yeah, so then you move on, right? And so just be careful with that. I'm not saying don't do it at all, but I can promise you, out of the hundreds of deals that we've done, it's 8 out of 10 of the prospects that we talk to don't even know who we are till they're signing an agreement, or the name of the company. Sorry. Kobe said, I really appreciate these streams. It's reassuring to see how the process actually works. Yeah, of course, man. And you guys, this is what it should be about. We don't teach fluff. We don't just talk about it, right? I'm here live showing you guys what it looks like as far as being strategic, having a process. Guys, the market is shifting, and we need to make sure that we shift with it. The days of winging and getting a deal, they're long gone.
Has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 805-746-7932 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Oh, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, we're on here basically. Jose, hopefully that helped, man. If you have a follow-up question on that, let me know. Just be careful with that. That's it. But Colby, yeah, man, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for sharing the stream. Thank you for jumping on and being on here. So let's see. I don't know what happened. It looks like of course the dialer crash. Yeah, it looks like I might have to make a switch, honestly, because there's no way I can continue this. Oh, here we go. All right, hold on real quick, guys. Let's see. I'm going to get us back up again and running.
You are now logged into the Mojo dialer. Please press the start button.
All right, let's see. Mauricio said, appreciate the content, Max. Nobody else is doing this like you. Appreciate it, man. That means a lot, man. It just, I respect what I do. And here's the problem, Mauricio. I respect the craft, bro. Honestly, like, this is my passion, right? When you go from respecting the craft to doing it for other purposes, what happens, it doesn't come out genuinely, right? I love what. Hello. Hi. I don't know. Hi. I don't know if you can help me. I've been trying to reach the owner of 4030 West St. Anne.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You have no relations to that property?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I apologize about that. Thank you for your time. Bye. All right. So yeah, that's why you see it come out the way it comes out, because I have the passion for it. Generally, I love doing what I do here. I don't do it to try to sell you guys anything. Hello, Gregory.
Who's this?
Hi, Gregory. My name is Max, and I've been trying to reach the owner of 3309 West Carver Road.
In regards to what?
Are you the owner?
What is this in regards to?
Well, I mean, if you're not the owner, I think I'm just...
Is this a sales call?
No, I don't have anything to sell. Are you the owner or no?
No.
Okay. Well, have a good day. Let me disposition this. Guys, so you see what I did there? If they wouldn't even acknowledge that they're the owner, I'm going to keep asking them, hey, I only want to deliver the message to the owner. Because at the end of the day, if you're talking to someone that's not the owner, then, you know, what's the purpose? On a triple line diner, okay, so it looks like you have... On a triple line dialer, what do you say for your call back messages if you reach a voicemail and they call back while you're on the line? Oh, yeah. So on the triple line, make sure it's a cliffhanger, or sorry, make sure it's something that says, hello, 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 I can't hear you. Please call me back, or I'll call you back, and then click. Don't drop any information. Don't basically put in there who you're calling, or
23312,
or who you calling, or anything like that. Just make sure that it's a simple message. Hopefully that helps, Oscar.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Charles.
Pardon me?
Hi, I'm trying to reach Charles.
Who is this, please?
Oh, hi, my name is Max. Is this his wife?
Yes, may I help you?
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, my name is Max, and I don't know if you can help me, but I'm trying to reach the owners of West Vogel Avenue.
Why?
Okay, perfect. No, I appreciate that. Well, we are trying to buy some properties in that area. You probably wouldn't consider selling that one. Got hung up, our first hang up. But here's the thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this, right? Always ask if it's somebody that's obviously the name is Charles. I'm not going to say, hello, Charles. She answered. But I never ask, is this Charles? Or I'm looking for Charles, or, oh, I'm just trying to reach Charles. Like, I don't do that. I have the information. I have the address. Where I go confused is where I say, I don't know if you can help me. I've been trying to reach the owner of XYZ property. And so basically what that does for me is that it gets them thinking a little bit. Remember I talked about when we first started, I'm doing a pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt number 1 is, hello, Charles, right? And then they're going to be like, whoa, who is this person? Now think about a time, guys, all you guys that are on here, think about a time when you were at a store, when you were, you know, walking down the mall, whatever, right? And somebody yells, hey, Max, and you don't recognize this person, and you're like, who in the world is this? Like, you start to think, do I owe them money? Where did I meet them? Like, oh my God, who is this? Like, so it's a pattern interrupt, and then you're sent, like, you've grabbed my attention because you've done that. That's really all I'm doing on here. I'm basically trying to grab their attention. And then the next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, look, okay, I appreciate that, Charles. I don't know if you can help me. I don't assume that they're the owners of that property, because what I want them to do is confirm and engage, right? I don't know if you can help me. I've been trying to reach the owner of property ABC. You probably don't own that, right? And I want them to say, that's my property. What's this about? So because, again, I'm creating curiosity. So I'm doing a pattern interrupt, and then curiosity pattern interrupt number 2, right? 2 pattern interrupts, one with curiosity and the other one with tonality, because you need to be firm, right? You need to, that creates basically, that creates certainty and assertiveness. You have to do this on every single call. Assertiveness, assertive, be assertive from the point when they answer the phone, because that establishes your position. If they answer the phone and you're like, you sound confused and you're fumbling and mumbling, guess what? You're going to get ate up. You guys saw that with the other caller, the guy that the lead. I generated a lead, right, a little bit ago. I'm very assertive and I match his tonality. Those are things that you need to learn. Those are things that you have to be conscious of, is make sure that you are being assertive from the get-go. Now, don't keep that assertiveness if you know you're going to be talking to a grandma. So if I go, or a grandpa, right? If I say, hello, Charles. Yeah, who's this? Now I'm not going to go, this is Max. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to figure out, like, do I need to tone it down? Do I need to be mid-level, or do I need to go high, right? So just a quick tip on that. So Sinatra says, why don't you use bachelors for calls? Just asking. No, I probably will. I don't know. I just started this, so I figured, you know, basically with and that's the honest truth, right? I just started doing the cold calling side. And basically what I don't know yet is which one's going to work best for me, right? I don't want to just jump into something. I already had the Mojo Dialer and I had the Call Tools 2.0, and Mojo Dialer is really, it's one of the easiest dialer to use. But no, I might end up using it. I don't know. So Jose said, thank you for answering my questions. And then Andre Smith said, he's giving us the game. I appreciate Andre Smith. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Guys, make sure that, again, when I first started the live, I don't know if you were on here or not, I said that if you screenshot, say that you were on Max's live of the cold call session, and you tag me on Instagram, at Real Max Jimenez, right? At Real Max Jimenez, I'm going to give you guys the script for the intro, the pitch, and then what you should ask next after you get them engaged. So remember that. So Andre, I appreciate this message, man. Picking up.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
He says, pick up what he's putting down. We're getting some high level stuff here. I appreciate it, Mo, bro. Thank you for that. Let me know what's been some of you guys' takeaways on these calls. Like, even the ones that just answered and hung up, even the ones that just answered and asked for the name. What are some things that you're seeing? What are some things that you were like, aha? What are some aha moments right now? I know we haven't had a lot of conversations, but some of the things that we've been talking about, what are some of the things for you guys that are on here? There's close to 30 people on here right now, overall. So what are some things?
Please leave your message for 323.
Yeah. What are some things that's making the light bulb go off and you're like, man, I didn't know, like, or I'm gonna have to try that, or things like that I'm talking about, or that you're seeing in action. You know, that way I can either gaze it more towards that, answer more questions towards that. Put in the comment section, what are some things that you guys are actually taking away, or basically you're listening that you probably that's making light bulbs go off, right? Because a lot of times what happens is that we're only used to doing things one way, and then we hear, this is where you learn, right? You hear certain things, right?
0, 2, 9, 4, 4.
Let's see. Russ, let's see your question. So Russ said, Max, what list are you requesting from the title company? I appreciate your show, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it too, man. So what you guys need to do is,
Hi, this is Marilyn. Leave me a message. Thanks. At the tone, please.
All right. So what you need to do is you're going to make sure that when you call the title company, you're usually going to talk to a receptionist.
3, 2, 7, 1, 8.
You're usually going to talk to a receptionist, or you're going to talk to an escrow officer. The first thing before you get into the conversation of marketing, you need to find out who that marketing, who works in the marketing department that you can reach out to. And then when you call them, tell them that you're an investor and you're looking to buy properties and you're going to do business with that title company. So that way you can send them all your files, and you're looking for motivated or high distress list. They understand that, believe me. If it's a title company, that especially an investor-friendly title company, they're going to understand. You don't have to do a lot of explaining, but you need to ask for the marketing department's number or the marketing person number. So that way, because that person understands what's happening. And basically what's going to happen is that when you talk to them and you call them, you just tell them, hey, I'm a local investor. I'm just starting out and I want to build a relationship with the title company. And I know that you guys are able to provide a list for me that I can door knock or I can call. Is there a way that we can work together? Make it a relationship list. Like, don't make it awkward. Just make it. And they're honestly, if it's an investor friendly title company, they're going to know exactly what you want. There's not a lot of explaining to do. So hopefully that helps, Russ. Let's see. Oscar's takeaway so far says, I like how you're confirming the owner of the property. We make a lot of calls. Definitely don't want to be waste my time. Yeah, man. 100%. I'm not going to talk to someone that's not right. Like, what's the use? I have a list of 10,000 people right now. So I have a lot more people that my job right now is to sift. I'm sifting. I'm going through, individuals that don't want to, whether they want to talk to me or not. I need to find that out fast, ASAP, because I want to talk to the next person and the next person and the person that's going to be, basically, hello, Regina.
Master's calling.
Hi, Regina. My name is Max, and I'm trying to reach the owner of West Wayland Drive in Phoenix.
You guys call me about that property all the time. I live in Mexico.
Okay.
I don't know why you guys keep calling me.
I've never called you. This is my first time. I apologize. Do you know why you're getting a lot of calls?
Don't call me because I live in Mexico.
So what are you doing with the property?
I've been receiving a million calls.
What do you think you're getting a lot of calls?
My name's not Regina, my name's not Regina, okay? First of all, my name's Veronica. You guys always call me asking about that property.
So you have no relations to that property?
Property?
Okay, that's all you had to say, and I can take you off my list.
I live in Mexico. I've lived in Mexico since I was 7. So I don't understand. My cousin out there has a phone number for me, and she pays this bill for me, but I live in Mexico.
All right, that's all you have to say, and I'll take you off my list from our company. I don't know. I can't tell you for the others, okay? Have a good one. Bye. All right. Let's see. Again, going back to, I like how you're confirming the owner. Yeah, I think I covered that already. Sorry. Let's see. Going on to the next record.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. My name is Max. I don't know if you can help me. I'm trying to reach the owner of West Wayland Drive.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. You don't own a property in Phoenix on 2744 West Wayland Drive?
No.
All right, man. Do you have any properties you would consider selling? We're direct home buyers. Got to go for the pitch, man. All right, so that's a bad number. Let's see. It says, finally watching live today. Max, you're awesome. Showing your closing skills. Still hustling for my next deal, bro. I don't know why my dollar paused. Build your sales process, bro. Everything that I'm talking about here on this live call, you can build your sales process from here and make sure that you get strategic with your prospecting, right? Take some of the things that I'm talking to you about today. Take some of the things that I'm talking to you about on Thursdays, and you're going to basically build a good sales process, man. So that way, guys, I don't wing. You guys know I don't wing anything that you guys hear on here.
Hi, you reached the voicemail for Angie Thomas.
And so I improvise a little bit, but I don't wing too much, right? Sometimes, depending on what gets thrown at me, I'm gonna improvise, but I'm getting back on track. And that's where a lot of us need to get to. We need to get to that place where we don't wing it, where again, improvising and winging it are two different things, right? Because a lot of times you don't basically you don't know what the prospect's going to throw at you, right? You can't be 100% ready. You can be. Let me take that back. So there's no way that you can prepare 100% for every situation. That's impossible. But you can get mentally prepared for. And what I mean by that is that I know I'm going to get thrown stuff at me.
Please leave your
I'm going to get sidetracked. I know I'm going to get yelled at. I know I'm going to get hung up on. I already know all this stuff before I start making calls. So what is my mindset right now? I don't care. I'm going the next one. I'm sifting. Let's see. Hello, Joshua?
Yep.
Hi, Joshua. My name is Max. I don't know if you can help me. I've been trying to reach the owner of 3902 North 42nd Place.
Nope, sure can't.
Okay, so you're not the owner?
No.
All right, have a good one. Thank you for the fire emojis, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Diffuse that call like a boss. I mean, bro, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Stay on the phone and talk to her about her not, people calling her? Like, that's not my job, man. So let's see. For cold calling, do you input all phone numbers in the dialer? 100%. Every single. Oh, sorry. No. Let me take that back. I understand your question.
You've reached Aaron Hills. I'm not available to take a call right now, but if you'll leave your name.
Sorry, Martin. I misunderstood your question. No, I only do the top 3 because there's some skip tracing companies will have a percentage of quality on the number. So usually the top 3, once you get past the top 3, it drops significantly. So you'll start like at 90% accuracy, 80%, and then the third one's going to be right around 60. Anything above that, it's just not worth it. So I just put my top. Sometimes it depends. If it's a smaller, and the other caveat to that, if it's a smaller list, like 100 numbers for driving for dollars, you better believe I'm putting every single number on there. This list here that I got, this 10,000 number list, I'm only doing the top 3. If it's a driving for dollars list where it's only 100 to 200, I'm putting every single number on there. That's the cap. That's the only difference from putting in the numbers. But hopefully that answers your question, Martin. Awesome, guys. You guys are participating. I love it. Again, I want to make sure I remind you guys that if you tag me in your stories saying you were in Max's live call session, I'm going to send you guys a little script. So let's see. Oscar says, how does the conversation look like
when you cannot leave a message for 60224?
How does the conversation look like when you get an inbound call from a prospect instead of an outbound call? And that's a really, really good question. I love that. So basically, when they call back, you want to answer and just say, hello, this is Max. It's, again, simplify it, bro. Don't get caught up too much. And if they say, Max, it looks like you call me. Okay, is this Greg? Or is this Oscar, I mean? Yes, this is Oscar. Oh, hey, Oscar, I appreciate that. I called you because I was trying to reach. I turn it right back around, bro. That's it. I don't think about it too much. Don't get too much caught up. What should I say? What should I do? The idea is to get back. The idea is to get back on your routine, right? So if you call me, like I said, and I say, hello, this is Max. Hey, Max, I missed your number from here. You call me. Oh, is this Oscar? And if you say, yeah, this is Oscar. Oh, Oscar, I probably did call you.
Hi, you've reached Josh Lynn with Liberty Utilities. I'm away from.
I probably did call you, and I actually was looking for the owner. If you don't have the property, then you can just say, "Hey, Oscar, yeah, this is Max. I called you. Did you have you probably don't have a property you're looking to sell? Go negative on them. You probably don't have a property you're looking to sell, and that's going to diffuse that right away. So that's for cold calling. For your warm follow-ups, a whole different story, depending on where the leads are coming in. If they're coming in from PPC, direct mail, and that's another ball game. That's a more high level. I can also teach you how to do that. Once we that's going to be more on Thursdays. It's very rare that we'll get an inbound call on this show, but I do talk about that, how you can actually take inbound calls, how the best strategic way for you to take inbound calls
Please leave your message for 60
from your direct mail piece and your PPC. So, Oscar, hopefully that answers your question. Let's see.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Ronald.
Good morning.
Hi, Ronald.
Good morning.
Is this Ronald?
Who is this?
You're not Ronald? All right. So he never confirmed who he was. Let's see. Let me go to the next one. Guys, how's my stream coming through? I just got a message saying it's not coming in with high quality. Is it coming in pretty spotty? Let me know.
Hi, you have reached.
All right, bunch of noise. All right, let's see. For you guys that are on YouTube, how's my stream coming through? I'm hearing there's a lag, or there's the picture quality is not that great, but I can't tell. All right. Any other questions? We're coming past the hour here. I'm probably gonna take a couple more calls, and then we're going to.
This Bill McCoy, and you've reached my cell phone voicemail. Please leave me a message, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
All right. So Jay says, I got everything solid. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for confirming that. Thank you. Maybe it's just somebody's on their end, their internet on their end. So let's see. I'll go to the next one. All right, we'll see if we can get at least 2 more conversations going before we end it. But I still want to answer your questions. Still want to make sure that, if you did hop on here with some questions, that you ask the question, so that way I can, help you in any way as well. How's it been so far, guys, with this with the Tuesday now with the cold calls? I appreciate your feedback. If you can give it to me, if you guys think that is this good value, and that way you can, let me know, so that way I can make adjustments, because I always want to make this better. You guys know this. Hello, John. Hello, John.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Are you there?
Yeah, how can I help you, sir?
Okay, perfect. John, my name is Max. I don't know if you can help me. I've been trying to reach the owner of 5747 North 12th Place.
I think you have the wrong number.
Okay, you have no relations to that property?
I do not. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. All right. So I don't know if they have a hard time hearing me, or if it's just me. Oscar said, I appreciate it. I was going with a follow-up question with direct mail, like you mentioned. Maybe you can go over it on Thursday. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I think it'd be great to talk about that, because that's a whole different animal. You want to be on your toes. You want to be strategic, because guess what? You're not the only person that they're calling. You're not the only website, and you're not the only postcard that they're receiving either. So you got to figure out ways to get the conversation going, right? When you're talking to those leads that are coming in. So guys, what's the feed? What's so far? Tell me one takeaway that you've gotten today so far in this last hour that we've been on. What is one takeaway that you're going to implement? I know that I don't do this just for your entertainment. I want to do this for your education. I want you to basically, I want to know, what is one thing? Don't try to implement everything at all. What is one thing that you're going to take today from this session, and that you're going to implement right away today? You're going to start implementing. I want to see that in the comment section, guys. That's going to help me out a lot, because then that tells me, what it is that you're going to be using, or even a feedback, your comments, everything. I appreciate it. So let me know in the comment section. There's no right or wrong answer here. I want you guys to engage. The last thing I want you to just sit here and watch this and not be participants, because I do this for you guys to participate, right? I do this so that way you can get better. Look, I can sit here and cold call and get deals and do it for just myself, but I don't want to do that. I want to help every one single of you. Caxie's on here right now, and we've been helping her, obviously looking to basically get some deals. So let me know in the comment section what is one thing you're going to take away? What are some things that you saw today that were aha moments that you're going to implement, starting today? I know it's only Tuesday, so we still have, a whole week for us to be able to go out there and crush it. So I love some of the comments that are coming in. I'm going to let a couple more come in before I start talking about them. So let's see. Okay, who we got here first? So Martin says, I'm using batch dialer for cold calling.
Hello?
Hello, Donald.
Yes?
Hi, Donald. My name is Max, and I've been trying to reach the owner of 402 West Glen Eagles Drive in Phoenix.
And if you're wanting to know if I want to sell it, no, take me off your list. I don't, who gives you my number?
So we have a third-party company. We have a third-party company that we use that provides our files. Do you have another property you would consider selling?
No.
All right, have a good day. All right, let's see. I'm using batch dialer for cold calling. They suggest max 150 per phone number. Is this the case for you? I actually wouldn't even do 150. I go 100, honestly, because the way the carriers now are getting so strict, it's honestly, it'd be better to at least to tone that down, because you're gonna have, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna burn the numbers fast, even faster. Yes, 150 is the limit, but I wouldn't go to the limit. I would hit 100, and make sure that you have a lot of numbers. So if it's just you need to have at least a minimum of 10 to 15 numbers, man. If it's going to
the person you have dialed can't take your call now. At the tone,
if you have let's say somebody that cold calls for you all day, dude, you got to have 30 numbers, 30 caller IDs. There's no way that you're going to do anything. The numbers are going to burn out. So I would not. Yes, they're correct. And Evil's my friend. He's a sharp, smart dude, and he's one of the first ones to figure that out with the calls and all that. But I would say because of the way the carriers, I would say 100, man, just to make sure.
please leave your message for 623.
All right, let's see. Caxie's on here. Caxie's somebody that sends us deals. We're working leads with her. Caxie says, this cold call session has been really good. I love it. Seeing another perspective is game changer. Man, go out and implement it. Take that one thing that you saw today and go out and implement it, whether it's that intro, whether it's the pitch, whether it's the direction of the call, right? This is why it's good to have a process, because you can always rinse and repeat. You can always, you'll never be 100% ready for these calls, because you never know what exactly the prospect is going to throw at you. But if you have a process, you can improvise and you can get back to that process and guide them down the road that you want. Just like I did on the first call. I generated one lead today, which is good, in less than an hour. Right now, I'm not using the best dialer for sure, but yeah, definitely don't have to. I might change that. So, Jay said, always confirm and qualify the lead. Start from names and ownership address. Please correct me if I'm interpreting. No, 100%, man. Is it the owner that I'm talking to, and do you own that property, right? You guys saw a couple of times they answered and said yes, this is him. And then when I said the property address, they're like, nope, I have no relation. So basically two things that tell me either they're lying or they just don't want to talk, right? They don't want to talk, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because it frees me up to go talk to somebody else. I'm not trying to convince them, right? No, you're 100%, Jay. It's, man, if you can start doing that, that's actually the bread and butter when you're cold calling, is from the get-go. Am I talking to Jay?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 60.
Am I talking to Jay? And is Jay the owner of this property? Now let's go. Right now, let me get to my pitch. Let me tell him why I'm calling him. So,
please leave your message for 323.
Let's see. Maximo says, I like the redirect questions. Yeah, 100% is what I was just telling Jay right now. Maximo, if you can start getting good at the redirect questions, man, it's going to get you a lot. So, Liam, what's up, bro? Hello? Hola, María. Mi nombre es Max. Estaba tratando de localizar a los dueños de Dreyfus Drive en el Miraje, la propiedad.
No está ella aquí ahorita.
Oh, ok. ¿No sabe qué horas qué horas va a llegar?
No le sé decir. Ya le digo.
Ah, ok, muy bien. Ok, está bien. Entonces, muchas gracias.
Okay.
Adiós.
Bye.
What's up, Liam? Thank you, man, for jumping on and checking it out. Liam said, El Cerrador. Thank you for the fire emojis. Martin said, I'm confused. I thought you said consider selling your property.
Hello?
Hello, Melanie? Oh, okay. You have no relations to 4033's Rancho Drive in Phoenix?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Thank you. I thought you said consider selling your property. I don't know. What was your question earlier, Martin? I'm confused. I thought you said consider selling your property. I'm not sure. Can you follow up with that? Let me see. So how many numbers do you have per caller? Basically it's a I think I answered that earlier, Nathaniel, for the cold callers. So
Hello?
hello, Sandra.
Hello?
Hello, Sandra. Can you hear me? Hello, Sandra. Looks like she hung up. Wonder if people are having a hard time hearing me. Can you? I think I answered that question earlier about that. Let's see. Martin says you're right. I was calling just over 150 on each phone, and it's showing up as spam now. Yeah, that'll happen for sure. Jay said, always let the seller know that you might not be the buyer for them. Does that lower their guard? Yeah, 100%. It's the push away, right? The pull away. Nobody wants it to end, right? Nobody wants the call to end. So you have to basically do the pull away, right? Hey, it doesn't sound like I'm going to be the buyer. I'm not going to be the buyer for your product. Or you don't have to specifically say that. It just depends on the conversation. You know what? I don't buy every single property from everyone I talk to. I might not even buy this one. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see if this makes sense for us? Martin said, do you have a special line for talking to for pre-foreclosures? No. The only special line would be I don't look at the list based on the distress. Now, if I'm calling a pre-foreclosure list and then and they say I'm not interested in selling, I will bring it up and I'll say basically I will say, hey, so it sounds like you're already taking care of the foreclosure. That's when I'll bring it up. But the script is always the same. There's no different script for everybody. The only difference is that I will use that at the very end when they're basically when they say, hey, you're probably not considering selling that property. It's or if they say no, then I'm gonna say, oh, so it sounds like you already got the pre-foreclosure or you got the foreclosure taken care of already. Right. And I'm gonna hit them with that conversation. Or oh, it sounds like you've already taken care of that lien or whatever's going on with the property, right? If it's high level, especially with pre-foreclosures, we're definitely going to do that for sure. Liam said, you're running Mojo or Batch? So right now, because I I didn't have time to set anything up, I am running Mojo, but I don't know, I'm gonna switch at some point. Today I just didn't have time. I've been busy because I got the event coming up next Friday. But I'm definitely going to set up. I don't know. I might end up going with Batch. So let's see. Good morning, Max. Which lead gen source do you typically find more success in, cold calling or PPC? So they're very different strategies. Like let me. I'm going to turn the dialer off now just to make sure. Actually, I'll let it run for a little bit. So they're very different strategies, right, Claudio? So cold calling. Like your question says, as far as finding more success, it's very subjective, right? So cold calling is going to give you the higher activity, which means you're going to get more at bats, right?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
And if you're a good closer and you can convert leads, then you're going to get more opportunities, right, for you to convert and to close. Now, PPC, and it depends, right, because there's a lot of PPC. It depends. It varies on PPC companies and all that. PPC, your return is probably, your ROI is going to be a lot higher because they're coming after you, right? They're searching for you, but not only you. You see what I'm saying, Claudio? So cold calling is going to give you the higher activity. You're going to be able to go to bat a lot more. And if you can convert really good at a high level, then you're going to be able to convert a lot more consistently on leads. Where PPC is, depending on the PPC company, how many leads they're generating for you as well, the ROI is a lot higher because now they're looking for somebody to buy their house. But the caveat is that you're not the only one that they're looking for. So they're both great. It just depends what you're looking for. Do you want to spend some money to get a higher ROI? And then again, you got to have for PPC, because you are going to spend more money than cold calling. You're going to have a good structure to make sure that you're not letting. And no lead behind, no leads falling through the cracks. So it just depends where you're at in your business. You got to make sure that, you know, that you can handle, that you have a good process for your PPC leads. And so I stopped the dialer anyway, so I can answer because the questions are coming in pretty hot. Let's see. Max, it was from your counter question. I'm starting to use that I'm confused line counter question to the seller. Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay, perfect, man. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Thank you, man. Thank you for clarifying that, Martin. Jay, thank you for the fire emojis. Let's see. Martin said from PropStream, the pre-foreclosure list has auction date way past. Are they already under foreclosure? They are. The thing is that basically, what's the way I look at this is that if you're going to go after